Hey guys, happy Monday. It's Monday and it's Labor Day, the most happiest Monday of my entire life because I've had off of work. How you feel? And so, I wanted to come and talk and do the whole recap on Aretha Franklin's funeral, which was a funny funeral. It was a long funeral and probably the most historic funeral I ever seen in my whole entire life. So let's just start about the nature of this funeral. Because everybody was like, well, why was it so long? Okay, African American culture, African American, especially church African American culture, funerals are a very long and extensive process, because of all the singing and the preaching and the remarks. And normally in African American culture, when you go to a funeral, people normally don't follow the whole 2-minute remark and then go and take your seat thing. Never happens, and that's a clear example of what happened at Aretha Franklin's funeral. So, sorry guys, I'm driving. I'm trying to figure out what's happening because there's a car accident inside of me. Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened. That's why I ended up being so long. On top of it, the funeral started at CP time, and the funeral was supposed to start at like 10 or no, it started at 9, and it started at like 10:30. And so that's why it became an issue. So that's why it was long, number one. And then two, everybody got up there and did their own eulogy. A eulogy is when the preacher talks about, how they feel the person's life kind of went and what they kind of represent. And that's kind of what happened. Reverend Al Sharpton started off, gave his own eulogy, and then it just kept going. And then it became into a Black Lives, We Hate Trump type thing. Which is very interesting and funny. But I think, let's start from the beginning. So the choir had to sing a half an hour singing this song called Total Praise. Total Praise is like the blackest church's choir song ever. It's a great song. It's been in the books in the history of singing at funerals for a long time. And the choir sounded amazing, may I add. But they sang it for half an hour because the family took a half an hour to walk in. And the family really consisted of everybody named mom and daddy, uncle, and little sister, little cousin, and baby brother, and everybody was in the processional. So that's why it took so long for them to go into them, which was, another thing. And then Faith Hill opened up. She sang. She did her song. Faith Hill did a very good job for the song, and she felt the spirit a little bit. She felt a little Holy Ghost pumping her. She got a little happy. She started shouting and stuff. Yes, honey, you better jump for joy for the Lord, okay? Jump for joy for the Lord. That's what we want you to do. Then, right behind her, I think Sharpton, he talked a little bit, and then Ariana Grande was next to perform, and she sang. Ariana Grande. Let's just talk about Ariana Grande. Ariana Grande, Lord have mercy. I think she's a very sweet person. I think she can sing her face off. I don't deny that thing can sing like no other, and she really can. However, I really am upset about that she wore such a short dress to the funeral. And it's not even just a churchy thing, honestly, because I am churchy, and I was raised and brought up in a church, and when we, go to funerals, we go to church, your skirts are at least touching your knee. But I think I was more so upset, like, no one ever said nothing, and her representative of her team was like, you know what, that's not appropriate for a funeral. I would not show up to my grandmother, or I wouldn't think anybody would show up to their grandmother's funeral with a skirt that short. Yeah, like, that was more of a, like, I'm going to maybe a award ceremony or stopping into a show here and there, and yeah, I'm just gonna pop in and sing. It just wasn't funeral appropriate. And I think that's just with anything, besides it being a church thing. Church thing, she really was off because your skirt should at least been like down to your knees, and with that, you still had to wear a slip underneath of it. Now that's a black churchy thing. And so, yeah, I don't know. So I was really upset about that. Like, her hair was literally longer than her skirt. And, yeah, that's a problem to me. But other than that, her singing wise, I love the song Natural Woman. I think it's good, but I think the song requires a very strong, stern voice. I'm not saying she can't sing, she sounds amazing. I'm not saying that she don't have the vocal, of course, where it's in her range. She doesn't have that, not even a growl. It's just a very strong voice. Like, Ariana Grande's voice is like very soft and laid back, and she just sings and it sounds pretty. You know, that song is real, like hard head, and she didn't do that. And it definitely showed in the crowd as she was singing. Everybody was kind of like, oh, okay, you're hitting the notes, but we're not really feeling it. And when she got done, everybody was kind of like, and then of course Bishop Ellis went to wrap his arm around her, you know, hugged her out of love, saying, like, pretty much trying to make this blow a little bit softer about her singing the song. But what he didn't realize is where he grabbed her at, and he kind of grabbed her underneath the boob like this. And so most pastors or people talking like I'm talking now, we use our hands when we talk. So even if we're holding on to something, we're still moving our hands. And that's what happened. He was holding on to her. While he was holding on to her underneath her boob, which was wrong, he still was moving with his hand as he was talking. So now people are trying to spin it, saying that he was like filling her up the wrong way. Even though Ariana Grande did not seem like she was uncomfortable or anything at all. So therefore, I don't really know what the issue is. I really hope that Ariana Grande comes up and comes forward and says, you know what, I didn't feel uncomfortable. You know, I didn't really notice what was happening. The bishop did apologize, so that was cool. The next thing after that, the next funniest thing that really happened was Reverend Al Sharpton's his speech when he went to go talk and give his remarks. He's funny because he talked about how he misspelled respect and how everybody clowned him for misspelling the respect. But then it was really funny because he said, well, I misspelled it, so now let's teach President Trump how to do respect or show respect. And that was funny. And then after him, you know, the back and forth, they did the Holy Ghost praise break, oh my God, which I so loved. It made me so happy because if Miss Aretha Franklin was living, that's exactly what she would want to happen, because she did not have no problem with praising the Lord. And I thought that was cool. I thought it was really a nice touch that President Obama wrote a letter to the family saying that, you know, he felt his condolences and he was sorry, even though he couldn't be there for whatever reason. And that was cool. The next funny thing was Chaka Khan. Ma'am, you are a legend, icon, extraordinaire in your own right, and you have sang at another extraordinaire thing, and it made me really upset that you were reading the words off of a fan. First off, Going Up to Yonder is a very old song. Very old song. I'm thinking the song must have came out maybe in the 80s, maybe. I don't know. It's a very old song. So, and it's a song that's sung at every funeral. And if you are a true singer as yourself, Chaka Khan, did you know you were a true singer? You should have known that song. That is like almost a rite of passage in black church. Because it's a hymn, Going Up to Yonder, to be with my Lord. And there's two verses, and I guess she didn't know the verse. And the first verse, everybody knows that's how the song goes. Anybody ask me where I'm going soon. So anyway, she knew that part. When she got to the second place, when it's talking about a race, I don't really know the words to that part like that. But I'm also not singing at funerals, and I'm not singing on the right stage neither. If I was to be singing like the way she sang, I would know the words, because I'm sure someone has asked her to sing that song several times for everybody else's services. And so, what made it bad that she didn't know the words was the fact that she put the words on a fan. And she wasn't really discreet about it. So at first she kind of was. I was confused. And the next thing you know, I realized, oh, she's written the words of the fan. And then she got happy when she started singing the song, because the song keeps going up to yonder. So she kept going. She keeps going. She's going really, really high. Like she's going, you know, she's doing Chaka Khan. And she gets real happy. She starts jumping around, and she swings the fan open like this. And therefore you see the piece of paper stapled onto her fan. And I was like, hold it, there's words on the back of that fan. There's just words on the back of the fan. I mean, bagging up. I'm like, yo, this, you, ma'am. It was really funny. And I thought that was really a funny thing. I don't think she's never going to live that down. That's kind of it for that. Fantasia did an awesome job singing her songs. The opera singer, she did a very good job on her song. The funeral was just way too long. I got stopped, got something to eat, was doing work, came back, and I did so much. The funeral wasn't over. I think the most touching part was seeing her oldest son sing, because you know she had a baby at 12. Seeing her oldest son sing, and then her grandkids sang. So all in all, it just was a really good funeral service. It was very long. Bill Clinton came and said his piece with his wife. That was really nice. But did y'all see the church hats? The church hats was everything. Miss Rita Jake, she had her church hat on, which I always expected from her. She's the first lady anyway. And Cicely Tyson, she came with her hat on, baby. She did it. And can we just give a shout out to Cicely Tyson? She's 91 years young and still alive and kicking and talking like she ain't missing a beat. She ain't missing not one piece of beat, no nothing. So that was really cool to see, and it was great. It was great. So with all that being said, I hope you guys seen it. If you didn't see the funeral, I hope you go back and look on YouTube and watch it. ABC Family has the best version of it because sorry y'all, I dropped something. Has the best version of it because they don't have any commercials. BDT was kind of messing up at one point. So go look at it. If you didn't go look at it, I hope you enjoyed this video. And before you go, before you go, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe, or hit the notification button so you know every time I post a video. Thanks for watching.